Hi everybody, thanks for joining me today. Today I'm going to be showing you a technique that is not new, but is applying nail foils. And I saw a video from a friend of mine, Maria, over at Nail Nation. I'll put a link to her video in the description box here. But it inspired me to pull out my nail foils again and give this a go. So what I've done on this nail right here is I've got this base color. It's Sally Hansen Insta-Dry Grape Escape. And the reason I put the color down is so that when I apply the nail foils, if there's a section that doesn't stick down right, it'll have color underneath it to kind of mask any little possible bald spots. So I start with a little tray, and because I do not personally own any nail foil glue, I use Best Glue Ever. From Scrap Perfect. You can get it on Amazon. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this little nail brush, and I'm going to take some water. I'm just going to dip the brush into the water and place just a little bit of water next to my glue because I want to thin the glue out. I don't want it to be too watery, but I don't want to use it full strength either. Then I'm going to just apply a thin, even as possible, thin layer over this entire nail. It goes on white, and then as it dries, it turns clear. So it's going to give you a real good indication of when it's ready to put the foils down. So we're going to just apply this layer over the whole nail and give it plenty of time to dry, probably at least a good 5 to 10 minutes, I would say. And it'll go completely clear then. And I'm going to try to even that out off screen here. But once it's dry, we'll come back and I'll show you how to apply the foils. Also, while you're waiting for that to dry, you're going to want to make sure you get your brush into some water and get it, or nail polish remover or something to get it washed out. If you can't get up right away, I just throw mine in the water and let it sit until I'm ready to wash it. But you don't want the glue to harden on here because then it's really hard to get off. Okay, so now that that glue is dry, we're going to go ahead and apply some nail foil. I'm going to be using this one. It's called Imperial Iris. That's the color and design. This is from ArcadiaNailArt. And it comes in these little containers. They come out, you know, in a little roll. It's got the brown paper side on one side and the color on the other. So what I do is I cut a piece off of the roll that's about the size of the nail, just maybe a little bit bigger, just to make sure that we cover it. And then I gently just place it over the nail. It'll stick, of course, and I just kind of press that down across the center. Then I take a stick that has this is a manicure stick. It's got, you know, kind of a flat side, and I'm going to use that to smooth this down. If you don't have one of these sticks, you can use your finger, but you just want to try and keep this as smooth as possible. So I just start pressing it down, starting from the center and kind of working my way out in short motions, making sure that I get it all the way to the edges of the nail. Okay. I'm also trying to avoid wrinkles as much as possible. Once you have this all smoothed the way you want, then you can peel it off, just taking it from a loose side and then sort of ripping it down, kind of like ripping off a Band-Aid. Okay? If you have any bald spots, it looks like I have a couple here on the side. You can just take parts that still have foil on it and just kind of dab, and anywhere that still has glue will pick up, you know, loose pieces, and that's where having a pattern is really great because it definitely does hide some of those. Okay. So now I have this pattern here. Then what you're going to want to do is put a layer of top coat over that before you do any stamping, for two reasons. Number one, nail foils tend to do a little bit of wrinkling and cracking underneath the top coats, so the first thing is I'm not going to use Seche Vite over that just yet. What I'm going to do is just put a layer of this. This is an Echo Chic from Color Club. It's not quite as quick drying, so I think that does a little bit better job at preventing some of the wrinkling and stuff you'll do. The second reason is because when you stamp, the nail foils tend to bleed through the stamped color, so it'll help prevent some of that from happening as well. So I'm going to go ahead and let that top coat dry, and then we'll come back and do the stamping. Okay, so now that that is dry, we're going to go ahead and stamp. I'm going to use this plate from Red Angel, plate 119, and we're going to use this pattern right here. I'm going to stamp that using silver. I'm going to use Sally Hansen Insta-Dry Silver Sweep, which is, of course, my favorite silver for stamping. Okay, and then I'm going to place that on the nail, kind of coming from the side and going across. See that? And see, now it's protected from the bleeding because it's got that layer of top coat in between. And it has a nice big area that still shows the beauty of the foil itself. So that's why I didn't want to cover it with a full nail image. So I kind of like that one. Now if you like this the way it is, you can go ahead and leave it, or you can accent it maybe with a couple of rhinestones or something like that. I probably would leave it this way, but I guess I can show you guys how it would look with rhinestones as well, just for fun. So let's adventure, shall we? So I'm going to take my Seche Vite, and I'm going to just put rhinestones kind of where these little dots are. So I'm going to just put some top coat right there. And then using the pointy side of this stick, I'm going to get a couple of rhinestones from this wheel here. Okay, so I'm going to dip the stick into the top coat, pick up a rhinestone, and place it down. Okay, then I'm going to do the same with the other one. Tap in, pick up, and place. Okay, and I might do one here on the side as well. Even though I'm not really a fan of having rhinestones on the side of your nails, it's kind of up to you how you want to do it. But since we're messing around here, I figure I will just show that as well. Okay, so let me pick that up. Oops, I grabbed a little hair there, didn't I? Okay, and I'm going to tap that down as well. Okay, so now I've got extra sparkly dazzly. Then what you're going to want to do is cover that entire design with some top coat, and this time I am going to use Seche Vite because I feel like it's probably protected well enough using that other top coat underneath, and it's going to help seal in those rhinestones, give everything a nice shine, and then your design is complete. So that's it for this one. I hope you found something in here helpful and that you like this design. And that's it. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.